Reactions poured in after President Trump made history last evening, giving the longest State of the Union address. NTD's Melina Wisecup brings us reactions. Good to have you with us this morning, Melina. What a long night, but a great night. First, talk to us about Democrats' counter-messaging to last night's address.
Hi, Steph. Good morning. So Democrats made a focus mainly of affordability in protesting President Trump's immigration policies. The newly elected Democrat governor of Virginia, Abigail Spanberger, gave the official Democrat rebuttal. Now, it was a swift speech mainly focused on those key points of countering Trump's economic and immigration policies. Listen to a compilation of a few of the highlights from her rebuttal.
So I'll ask again. Is the president working to make life more affordable for you and your family? We all know the answer is no. And yet, our president has sent poorly trained federal agents into our cities, where they have arrested and detained American citizens and people who aspire to be Americans. Those who are stepping up now to run will win in November because Americans, you at home, know you can demand more, and that we are working to lower costs.
Now, Democrats mainly chose Spanberger to give the Democrats' response because she represents an area that Democrats just took back from Republican control in the most recent election in Virginia. As for Republicans, of course, they were celebrating what they say was a long speech because of a long list of wins on their side so far. Here's a few highlights from the Republican side.
It was a great speech tonight. I think it was one of the best State of the Unions in history. It was officially the longest one because he had a lot of wins to tout and a lot of great messages to present to the American people.
He talked about the foreign investment in the United States that he has brought back into the United States. In just 12 months, President Trump has brought $18 trillion worth of foreign investment into the United States, where Joe Biden, across his entire 4 years in office, brought less than $1 trillion back in. I don't think that you could highlight a stat that shows a greater disparity between one administration to another.
President Trump just asked a simple question, to stand up if you support American citizens or do you support illegals in this country. I didn't see hardly any Democrats standing in the chamber. And you know what? That's just a simple thing that, stand with the American people. Stand with.
Now, Steph, there were some moments during the speech where you could see the sharp divide between the parties on the immigration issue. When Trump touted his immigration action, two progressive lawmakers tried to heckle him. But for the most part, Democrats silently protested throughout the speech. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries actually told members before last night's speech that if they were compelled to have outbursts, to not attend the speech at all and to protest instead by just not going. Now, President Trump actually took time to point out the silent protest style on the Democrat side. When he was talking about his attempts to end violent crime, he highlighted the fact that Democrats chose to stay seated. Here's Trump.
How do you not stand? How do you not stand? I'm asking this Congress to pass tough legislation to ensure that violent and dangerous repeat offenders are put behind bars, and importantly, that they stay there.
Yeah, so Melina, there are certainly clear divides on many issues, but during last night's speech, there were also a few moments of unity, quite remarkable, actually. Talk to us about what issues clearly bring the two parties together.
Yeah, so these moments were mainly seen when certain special guests were recognized, like when the president actually surprised a guest named Alejandra Gonzalez. She was reunited at the speech with her uncle Enrique, who was actually returned back to the U.S. after being kidnapped from former Venezuelan dictator Nicolas Maduro. So Democrats cheered with Republicans when that unity happened at that moment. President Trump also recognized Erica Kirk, whose husband Charlie Kirk, of course, was assassinated last year. When the president called for an end to political violence, Democrats also joined Republicans in standing up to show support on that front. But as for the policy front, Steph, the only moment of unity was around Trump's call to ban congressional stock trading. Lawmakers are actually currently ramping up efforts to get the ban on stock trading passed after years of effort on it.
And that was quite a show of support. A few speckled standing ovations here and there on the other side, but plenty to unpick. Thanks so much for your update, NTD congressional correspondent Melina Wisecup.